It's Monday. Is it Monday? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's Monday. So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap. I'm happy where I am, where everybody's miserable. I know how to do radio, 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 radio. So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap. So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap.
All right, there we are. I figured, hey, why not draw Opie and Anthony? Let's see if I can get this set up. Wow, that's really dark. Why is it's bright from my viewpoint? But I guess you'll look at the shadow. I mean, well, you'll see it inevitably. But I gotta say, the thumbnail images I put together for the thumbnail pretty much captures the scene that I'm going to draw here. So for a while, Anthony Cumia has been teasing he had something in the works, and ultimately he's going back to radio. And the interesting thing about it is I seem to recall that the Oster had wanted to get back into radio, but did for a while. What was that his podcast was Westwood One, I think, or something of that nature, and I think that was it. And so then here comes Anthony, and he's got this deal with WABC, and so who are these podcasts? Of course. I decided to, hey, let's see what Opie's reaction to this would be. And, of course, they had the clips from his Opie Unleashed show, to which Opie, initially I'd seen, well, it's rather mature. He said, well, good for Anthony. And but then that was about it as far as that goes. He apparently said he had been offered deals from them. This, I guess, would be WABC 3 times over, and he turned them down each time. And ostensibly because they weren't offering enough money for him to bother to do it. And then he claims he makes more money on his YouTube channel than he would doing a show on their airwaves. It's like it's beneath him or something of that nature. I don't know how, because I mean, going by who are these podcasts? If someone's bringing in the super chats, you would see it. There'd be a lot of them for each show. So could he have accumulated? And I don't know if this is supposed to encompass his previous efforts, uh, because Unleashed is like the latest thing, isn't it? It's not, doesn't really count as what he's been doing. So maybe it's something of that, but it seems unlikely, you know, that he's got this massive source of income to where a regular paycheck pales in comparison to it. But then again, that was the deal they were offering him. You know, we can go by that. Uh, but it appears to be a deal that Anthony's interested in. But that's the Anthony deal, you see. Jays, I don't know, obviously. Um, it's just the, the pitfalls of Mr. Hughes continue despite his personal efforts to avoid this or to win the day. And yet it is his very efforts that construe the defeat, you know. He did go on about he just wants Anthony to leave him alone. And of course, they debunk this because Jim Norton, who never mentions him, and he tears into him again and so on. So, you know, it's unfortunate. You can't take it away from him that he was a part of this amazing radio show. And people, not just Anthony and Jimmy, but I mean, fans of the show owe Opie a lot for that because you know the show didn't exist without him, you know. But I don't know. These circumstances happen, you know. Of course, the interesting element of this with Anthony Cumia going into radio again is like in this new dawn of a new age and era that we are in is no joke. You can really, by what metrics do you determine that cancel culture is over? Well, this is a big one. In a lot of ways, it's like, hey, that Anthony Cumia guy, he's really a good talker. You know, he's got the experience for radio, and gee, I wonder why anyone would ever have let him go. You know, and all that. Yeah, and of course, this is all true in a sane and rational way of looking at it. He'd be quite the get to get his talent on your network or your station or what have you. But of course, in the rules of cancel culture, oh no. And yet here we are, you know, the speed at which this has happened. And of course, there's a lot of excitement that certain things are possible now in the new Trump era. Um, you know, you got all these people from CNN getting the boot. Joy Reid got the boot from MSNBC. I don't know. They suddenly realized her blog posts were not hacked after all. I don't know. But they're keeping Rachel Maddow, though, you know. And I think she's going to be doing more shows a week but only temporarily. And then she's just going to go back doing one show a week. But it's like, why? You know, but I guess they just, well, we got nobody else, you know. I don't know. It's weird. But it's it's an interesting time that would have thought that, yeah, they probably never see the like, you know. And yet, here's Anthony, gonna go back to radio. And, you know, it's just like, does he really have to? Not really. But I mean, you can hear it in his voice talking about it. He's got this excitement and stuff, and just the medium, and he had an absolute love for it. And even though there's similarities with the podcasting and whatnot, but to actually be in a radio studio and the whole 9 yards and doing the commercials and all that stuff, it all comes together in that. And just his ability to communicate with an audience. Um, it was foolish to let him go and put him in exile from that. Because ultimately, whenever it came to, Kumi said something on the night, didn't like it, and I'm pissed. Well, there was always an easy solution for that. You really, you don't have to listen to anybody. And that was the thing about it, which, I mean, when it was like Don Imus and that whole thing with the basketball team, and you had protest, and Al Sharpton showed up and all this stuff. With Anthony, there was none of that. I mean, it was just instantaneous, him being pissed off at being assaulted in Times Square, and bam, you're gone. And because there was no big, that's it, we're going to boycott, your Sirius XM and all this stuff if you're keeping this guy. None of that. There was no pressure or whatnot. It's usually how these things would go. And so I just always took it to mean somebody had serious didn't like him or what have you, and decided, now's my chance or what have you, you know. Um, but yeah, he was just gone. I guess he basically got assaulted by this deranged woman over him taking pictures in uh, Times Square, and she didn't like that, so she starts slapping him in the face and all that stuff. And ultimately, Anthony gets fired because he forgot to thank her for the assault. That apparently those are the rules, or they were anyway. Jeez. So, but I mean, it gave birth to Compound Media and had a lot of fun with that. And how strange things would be had that never occurred. So it was an interesting experience out of that. And now I guess he's come full circle. I seem to recall something of him toying with the idea. This is some time ago now, about him and Nick DiPaolo possibly doing a radio show at some point. And I guess, nothing ever came of it. I seem to recall that. I could be completely wrong and delusional. This is also very possible. But there you go. He's going to be doing a real radio show, like a real radio guy. Oh, I should put his glasses on. Yeah. And boy, it is no joke. He does look like Chief Brody now. I mean, it's just. I did when he started sporting his particular glasses that he wears, and so I photoshopped Chief Brody, Roy Schrader, over him, and good God, that it was uncanny. I just never would have thought of Roy Schrader as being, a duplicate for Anthony Cumia, and I'm sure in the past wouldn't have, but the photoshopped image just fit like the proverbial glove. Yeah. So it was uncanny as it were. Yes. So anyway, that's what's in store for Mr. Kumia. As for Opie, I guess he'll still be unleashed. Uh, I guess taping his walks through the drugstore and the street, and little old ladies having to clean up their dog poo, and fun stuff like that. Um, and of course, I was reflecting on God. He looks like a homeless guy. He's all unshaven and unkempt and stuff. But then somebody, maybe here, pointed out that that's not exactly an unwise choice, because if he walked around the streets like that, looking like the millionaire that he is, it might not go well. It's just like, some crazy homeless dude. I don't care, and he's just ignored. It's probably for the best. See, no one's ever going to punch him in Times Square. Yeah. See, you needed to look like a crazy homeless person, Anthony, and you. But then we'd never have gotten all those compound media years and stuff like that, and all the cool stuff that came out of it, and a place for all my photoshops and stuff to go. So, it's funny how things work out, isn't it? Life finds a way. Oh yeah, that was Jurassic Park. Chief Brody. So, here they are together again, the only way possible. Probably. I was thinking, and they, who are these podcasts talking about it? And I can't remember exactly what the point was, but people were on the show seemed to suggest that Opie should just go by Greg Hughes, and that way he wouldn't be connected with the Opie&Anthony legacy or something. And someone remarked that he keeps using the name Opie, him and Ron Howard, and of course Ron Howard hasn't gone by the name in decades. When he was Richie Cunningham on Happy Days, he was Richie Cunningham. No one called him Opie, and all that. And then I got to thinking about Happy Days, and I was like, oh my God, that's right. Opie is Opie, Greg is Opie, and Anthony is the Fonz. and what did the Fonz do with Opie's show Happy Day? Well, he stole it. Oh no. Oh no. So, what are you going to do? I don't know what other show. I always wondered if there were other interests that Opie had that he could do, like a podcast on or something like that. I remember him on the Opie&Anthony show for a while there. He couldn't stop talking about one of the reality shows about these fishermen and stuff like that. And I seem to remember him talking about it. He was getting all excited about documentary films and stuff like that. And I always wondered if, maybe that's what he really wants to do now. He wants to get into stuff like that. But nothing like that happened. I guess it was just a passing thing at the time. And then, and in the heyday of the Opie&Anthony show, you see people online talking about, oh man, they obviously hate each other, and I just thought it was overblown. I said, well, of course, too much togetherness, and you butt heads and stuff like that. It's going to happen. Um, and there were, like, they got in arguments on the air, but it was never really anything all that big, really. And then once Anthony got fired, and then it became more and more apparent, like, I guess those guys were right about it. And so, oh, geez, it's really bad. And I never got that he had a serious problem with Jim Norton, but man, does he? Uh, so, well, sooner or later, I guess it all comes out. I don't know. So eventually you'll have an Anthony Cumia show for the airwaves, and then you'll have Anthony Cumia show at Compound Censored. And obviously never the two shall meet, because it would not be possible to do. And then I kind of wonder what material would he just cover the same thing, but you know, well, with a more extreme, perhaps extreme commentary on certain events, on the later show. I don't know. And sometimes certain news events, a few more details can come out later. So, his earlier show that's on the radio, he does that, and then, oh, look, a few things have changed, so he'll revisit it on the Compound Censored show. I don't know. Well, the thing about Anthony, he just has that ability to tell stories. He can talk about anything, just about, and a lot of times, even if he's just starts going on about Jaws or Star Trek, it's always going to be good. He just has the knack for that. There we go. Yeah. Take all this pencil out. All that pencil. And of course, I put this in Photoshop. Anthony wearing the glasses means I don't have to color in the eyes, the spots around his eyes. Those are my cartoon rules. That's right. Sometimes I break it, but even then, it's only like it's like a lighter hue of flesh tone and stuff like that. Oh, what am I doing? I need to, well, can't see it like that. It's probably better this way. That way I can get the whole thing. Since it's a completed drawing, I don't have to look at my photo reference anymore. Hey, Thompson, my favorite drawing streamer. I'm the only one you watch, right? Hey, Thompson, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Look, as far as I know, they're not mine. Yeah. Angel Guzman. Oh, those two. LOL. Yes. Andy Masterson. Morning, Douglas Nelson, Mr. Nailsin. Yes, Andy. Morning to you, too. It's actually like late evening for me because I was up all night at work. But the sentiment is what matters. Hey, Thompson. Well, Doug, here is how it works. You get yourself $1 million. You head down to a super Walmart. You go to the bank inside, put that money in CDs, something simple. You get yourself 40,000 a year. 8,000. Now get yourself 10 million and do the same. 400,000 a year and so on. Sounds simple enough. I'll get right on that. 8,000. Now start a network. Pay a bunch of people to be your drinking buddies. Spend that 10 million and then you need more. Wait a minute. You're not talking about me anymore, are you? Hey, Thompson, did you punch a cow and bust your knuckles? No, that happened. Well, I better leave that. No livestock, no. Hey, Thompson, his glasses are more square. Yeah, well, hey, Thompson, like shooter glasses. Andy Masterson looks great, Doug. Well, thank you, Andy. Swift -1. The turquoise person is still waving. Teenage Wasteland just got the notice. Your art is amazing. Why, thank you. Pat DeRose. Coombs. Yeah, I guess that could make a good nickname for Anthony Cumia. For some reason, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But you know, in Wrath of Khan, when Khan finds out that Captain Kirk is now an admiral, he's Admiral Kirk. And for some reason, I kept saying it in my head, Anthony Cumia. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Even if it was Khan and he had a grudge against Anthony Cumia, then it's just, that's ridiculous. Anthony Cumia never spoke ill of you, or whatever, or something like that. Oh, Anthony Cumia. Yeah, well, his name was always Anthony. See, it doesn't work, but you know. Wow, this turned out better than I thought it would. Huh. Of course, I figured out how to make the camera work for me. It's really embarrassing that it took that damn long. But and then of course it took even longer for me to figure out OBS. So the camera is actually upside down from its position. But thanks to the wonders of OBS, I'm able to flip it around so it looks like my eye view. Cool, huh? And I don't have to have a camera right in my face. So, yeah, it only took, a year, but I got there. Yeah, I got there. Opie really looks like he's been lost in the mountains, But he wasn't. He's just in his apartment, Hey, Thompson, what camera are you using? Karmic X recommends Razer Kuyu camera. What is this called? I'd have to mess with it, and I don't want to do that. It's some crap I got off of Amazon, But it's not so much the camera itself; it's the position thereof. Yeah. Hey, Thompson, that Opie is dead on. Yeah, especially with the hat that he wears. He tends to favor that one over the baseball cap. He'll wear that every now and then. But I screwed up his eye, but I can fix that in the Photoshop. Yes, all things are possible in Photoshop. There we go. Now, one of these gentlemen is very happy, loving life. real content. Sure, there were certain things you woulda, coulda, shoulda, and all that. Everybody does. But one of these gentlemen doesn't dwell on that very much at all. Can you guess? Well, this is that time where I gotta go ahead and play one of my little videos because I gotta switch this and scan it in, and that's all boring and everything. What do I have here? What's this one's 2 minutes long? Dr. Ginger. Oh yeah, I think I played that one already, like last time. The crazy city hall meeting, seen that enough times. The bitchy placeholder. I don't even know what that is. I guess there's only one way to find out. All right, well, that's 4 minutes and 22. That should be enough time. If not, then I'll hit the Malibu High trailer. Yeah, I'll get a dose of that. Oh, wait, there's some more chat here. 8,000. If I was still in New York City, I realized today I don't even own a radio tuner anymore. Well, I don't guess it matters. I mean, it's probably the show will have its YouTube channel or something, probably clips and stuff. And then, of course, there's Anthony's show on Compound Censored. So, you know, there's plenty of Anthony to go around. Don't worry. More Anthony coming your way. But first, this.
Teenage gang debs. They all talk, fight, and love just one way. Dirty. They're as mean and vicious as the cement jungle they live in. Teenage gang debs. The go-go girls who go too far. Kick-happy, thrill-hungry, always reckless, and willing. From backroom binges to back alley rumbles, anything goes, as long as it's violent. They respect no law but the code of the gang and swear their allegiance in blood. Underage, oversexed, girls who won't take no for an answer. Teenage gang debs.
Teenage Doll is not a pretty picture. It can't be pretty and still be true, packed with shocking realities of what is happening today. In your city, your town, your neighborhood, thousands of young girls are becoming teenage dolls.
So after all these years of playing footsie, you finally decided to play ball. Poor little Janet. Always wanted to move uptown, but never had enough guts to do anything about it. Shut up. So now she's going to go, but she don't want to admit to her kid sister.
Girls who learn the naked facts of life too young, too soon, and the hard way. Hellcats in tight pants, running in packs, hunting down any girl who dares defy their jungle code.
Just clue me in on what happened. How, when, and why.
You said I could always come to you anytime, Phil. That I was a new kind of girl for you, and that you'd fight the world if it was against me. As the whole world is against me. I killed Nan Baker.
All right, we gotta get you out of town. Way out.
Fear-ridden, girls become captives of teenage hoodlums, thrill-hungry sensation seekers.
You may as well get ready, doll, to make the whole scene.
I'm going to get the highest grades, and studying isn't going to have anything to do with it.
Kim wants to graduate from Malibu High with honors. Most kids do it by making grades. Kim does it by making appointments.
What are you doing after school? If you're interested, I'll be at High Point.
I'm not interested.
High Point. I'll be there.
She's studying with the best instructors at Malibu High. And if she can't learn enough from 9 to 3,
You game for a little game?
she takes her teachers on a field trip.
Well, that's an offer hard to resist.
Then don't.
Malibu High. Malibu High, where the most important subject is physical education.
How are you, Miss Bentley?
The best, sir. I need extra help, Mr. Mooney. I mean personal help. Couldn't we get together after school?
From history to physics,
The next report cards are about to come out. I want you to know what grade I expect.
About your grades, Miss Bentley. Truly remarkable.
from botany to driver's ed.
What grade do you expect?
An A.
All A's in all of your classes except Miss Damon's English class?
This is the story of a schoolgirl named Kim.
I don't understand. You never seem to study anymore.
Relax, Mr. Elmhurst. Enjoy the view.
Who was the best in her class. Malibu High.
Well, that's great, isn't it? Yeah. All right, now to jump over to the Tape Shop. There it is. That'll all work. Dippity doo. I shaved the antenna off my car in 2010. All right. I just use AUL, the aux in my car. A. Thompson boomers are mean. Yeah, well, they're grumpy and everything. All right. Now, I will add the flash. Yes. We'll put that here. For Mr. Cumia. Anthony Cumia. This might be a little too much there. But yeah. And yes, he'll be wearing his Tony Two Shirts outfit. because it's understood and is expected. I would think. I would think. And you know what? I do think it. Mm. All right. All I gotta do is get $10 million. Let's see here. I guess this will do. That here, and here, and here. Move it here. And here is where it was all artistically placed, where the hair naturally grows. That's right. A little bit of this as the sun does. All right. Oh, this is going by a lot quicker than I thought. Wow, this. Yes, it's just that simple. A few lines here, a few lines there, and soon you'll be drawing portraits of Anthony too. Yeah. Let's see. Could be a black shirt, but it might be a dark navy t-shirt. Yes. All right. Don't worry, Opie. I haven't forgotten you. Don't worry. Here we go. We're going to do Opie. Now, of course, Opie is a bit more pale than Anthony. Of course, Anthony would remind everyone of when Italy was invaded by the J. Moors. And this had an effect on the ethnicity and what have you, you understand. Yeah, history's fascinating, isn't it? It sure is. All kinds of stories. Here we go. That's a bit of Opster. Let's see here. Well, maybe a little more of that. Maybe give its own layer. Because he does have some coloration. I might need to fade that a little bit more with the hair. Maybe some coloration here, but for the most part, it's all grayed out. I'm afraid so. Okay, we'll have to do another. We'll put another layer there, right there. We'll get that beard. Put some of that gray right there and that beard right there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's right. Of course, Bob Ross would say happy little gray hairs, but he'd be wrong. Afraid so. But, well, what are you going to do, you know? I done forgot my layer. Was it this one? No. Was it this one? No. Must have been this one. That one. There it is. There we go. I know how to get my picture drawn. All right. Yeah, I might as well do its own layer for this too. And then we'll, I've already forgotten what the damn hat looked. I think, yeah, it was darker on this part. It had some sort of design in it, but I done forgot it. I don't think it was an alligator, which probably means it was. I'm just not going to bother with that. We'll just go with the color. It was these, 2 shades of gray. Very dark gray. Yeah. And then a light gray on top. And you see him come up to you and you're like, look, buddy, I don't have any spare change. And it's like, oh, wait, it's Opie. But, as I mentioned earlier, someone did point out, probably a wise move. I remember this Saturday Night Live bit they did with Phil Hartman. And it was some sort of defense mechanism for your car so that your car wouldn't get robbed. And it was like it had some technology at the outer shell of your car looked like some piece of crap, junk jalopy thing. And so, and it says, car thieves will take one look at your vehicle and think, nah, not this one. And they'll move on. So then, so yeah, if only you could do that. So that's basically what Opie's doing here. He's like, no one's going to bother him. They just figure out it's some homeless dude. Well played, Mr. Hughes. Well played indeed. Let's see here. Give Opie the gray shirt. And, man, I can't remember. Now I'm just making it up as I go along, aren't I? So there they are. 2 of us working radio, making song parodies all day long. But I was getting jealous of you and Jimmy. There we go. Very, very earth tones for Mr. Hughes. Very earthy. Yes. Yes. Like a man who has become in tune with nature. Oh, yes. Yes. It is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Now, what to do? Could settle up on this before I go any further. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So, black. There it is. Now it's all one drawing. There is no going back. Here, we'll add this a bit. There. add a bit more color. Yes, some definition. For Anthony. Anthony, come here. And then, Opie. Opie Hughes. It doesn't quite work. Something about the name Anthony, which sounds nothing like Admiral. But the way Ricardo Montalban did it, I guess it kind of does. But the Admiral and Opie, well, yeah, it doesn't work. All right, we'll do his blue eyes. I think they're blue. Crap. Oops, they're not like that. I can't even remember. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't even get his eyes right. You don't know shit about Opie and Anthony. Now everyone's gonna know. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Let's see if this works. See how that's kind of, it's like, oh, something like that, I think. Anywho, okay. There's his shite. Make sure it's all there. Oh, wait, yeah. Forgot about this sort of stuff. Oh, silly me. Anthony's makeup kind of got on his collar. Oh, I'll take care of that, sir. I'm so sorry. Apologies. Well, these things do happen. All right. There. Okay. No, no, wait. Pattern. That'll work. And we'll do a layer and have that there. And then another layer. Oh, yes. And we'll go back to foreground. And then we'll have that. Oh, damn it. Look at that. Shit. Oh, now I'm angry. Well, we'll just have to fix it later. But anyway, this is how you get that without having to draw all those unsightly lines like a common ordinary pissant. Oh dear, I can't have that. Oh, no. Huh. I don't know. It kind of has some kind of distinctive look. Doesn't it? I say it does, so therefore it's a done deal. Put this here. Yes. Yes. And here. There we go. There we are. Do 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 do. Ta-da! Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Yeah. So there, this was the thumbnail image, which is far more cartoony. God damn it. Come on, get it. There you go. Okay, this one's still better than the new one. Oh, well. There we have it. Opie and Anthony. Okay. I guess that was all the interest it produced. Hey, Thompson, will you be on Dixon today? I guess. I don't know. It depends. If he sends me the link, I'll hop on. Otherwise, he might have something else in store. By the way, he did a new New York City crime report over at Compound Censored with retired NYPD detective Pete Panuccio. So you want to check that out. It's a pretty good show, including a few video segments by yours truly. While I was sick with the flu. See? Quite the trooper. Oh, yes. Anyway, there you go. That's the drawing for this Monday morning of Opie and Anthony. And hopefully I'll get to do another one soon. Won't that be nice? I would think so. I mean, I would hope so. I'd hate to be miserable doing it. But nevertheless, I'll do another one as soon as possible. Well, I mean, I'll draw something. Yeah, that sort of thing. Anyway, have a good rest of your day. And thanks for showing up and watching me draw. Opie and Anthony. Anthony Cumia.
It's Monday. It's Monday. Yeah. It's Monday. Woo! So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap. I'm happy where I am, where everybody's miserable. I know how to do radio. So sick of this racist crap. This racist crap. This racist crap.